Now I'm going to go ahead and tap on borrow here. That's going to confirm that I want to borrow this book. And that's when we'll see that Libby will start downloading this title for offline use. So as soon as we get a check mark in this little circle here, that means we no longer have to be on Wi-Fi or use cellular data. We could read this book offline, up in a plane on airplane mode or out on the beach. And Libby does do this automatically when you're on Wi-Fi. So all of those titles will download for offline use when you're on Wi-Fi. All right, let's go ahead and open this book up. So I'm going to tap open book. First, Libby's going to ask, do you want to open the book in Libby? So on in this app, or do we want to send the title to a Kindle device? So if you have a Kindle device at home, then the option that you'll have for reading books from Libby is to download the Libby app on your smart device, your phone, tablet, or at libbyapp.com. And then using this feature here to deliver the title that you borrow to your Kindle device. This does require you to sign into your Amazon account. And then there's a big gold button that says Get Library Book, and Amazon will deliver that title to your Kindle device that's attached to your Amazon account. It's a really simple, easy process. I don't walk through it here because it requires me to sign into my Amazon account right while we're recording, but really simple process. I promise it's easy. We are going to talk about a few of the things inside the Libby app itself. So let's go ahead and open this title in Libby here. Taking a second there. There we go. So when you first open a book, you're going to have some menus up at the very top and the bottom of the screen. You can see it's kind of blocking the pages there. So to make those disappear or reappear, all you have to do is tap in the center of the screen. So tapped and they disappeared, and now I'm tapping again and they are coming back. Now, down in the bottom menu, that is where you're going to find your reading progress. So it's loading right here. There we go. That's where you're going to see what page number you're on and how many pages you have left. So I'm going to go ahead and drop those back out of the way here by tapping on the center of the screen. And then to page forward throughout the book, all you have to do is tap or swipe on the right side of the screen. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go quick here and just get to a nice big chunk of text. There we go. One of the great things about Libby is that you can customize your reading experience to meet your needs. So I'm going to go ahead and tap in the center of the screen. Remember, that's what brings those menus back up. And then up in the top right-hand corner, you can see that A icon. So that A stands for appearance, and that's how we're going to change the reading appearance here in Libby. So I'm going to tap on A. That's going to bring up the appearance menu. Within your appearance, you can change a few different things. So the first thing you can change is your text scale. If you use this slider, you can increase or decrease the font size. If you want to change the lighting, we're currently in bright mode. That is Libby's default, but you always have the option to change it to a sepia tone or this nice dark mode for reading at night, or something to make it a little bit easier on the eyes. Last but not least, we have book design. So book design is just our fancy way of saying font here in the app. So these are the different fonts that you can put Libby into. I always like to point out this open dyslexic font. It gives an extra weight to the bottom of the characters and a little extra space in between the characters, which might make it easier for some users with dyslexia to read. All right, so I'm going to actually change these back to my default for my next presentation. And that's because these settings are sticky. And what I mean by sticky settings is you're only going to have to make these customizations to your appearance one time. And then Libby is going to automatically remember those customizations and deliver the ebooks to you with those customizations already in place. So you're not going to have to make these changes every single time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hide this menu here by tapping on hide. I'm going to tap it again because it didn't listen to me. There we go. And now let's go ahead and leave this ebook and then pop into an audiobook. So I'm going to come up to the top left-hand corner and tap on back. Now, just remember, if those menus aren't on the screen, all you have to do is tap on the center to make them reappear. And then that's when you can tap on back. So this is going to take us to the shelf. And this is where I reorient you down in the navigation bar. So let's head down to the bottom of the screen here. First, I'm just going to point out that you'll see a now reading bar. So what this bar is easy access to the last book that you had open in Libby. So I could tap this bar here and jump right back into Untamed if I wanted. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss this for now. So I'm just going to tap on that little minus there so that we can see the full navigation bar. We are now over on the right side of the Libby menu. So we are now on our bookshelf. That's that stack of books here, just to the right of that Libby menu. And your shelf is going to be where all of your loans and holds will live. So you can think of it like you grab your library card, drive to the physical library to find a book to borrow. And then once you borrow that book, you drive home and you put that book on your bookshelf ready for you to read. So here on the bookshelf, you can see the main page will have your recent loans. So here's that book that I just borrowed with you earlier in the presentation. And then right below that, I have some other loans that I borrowed earlier in the week. So I have a magazine and then the audiobook here as well. So let's go ahead and open up this audiobook. I'm just going to tap open in Libby. Up at the top of your audiobook is where you're going to find your reading progress. So I'm about 13% of the way through here, an hour and a half in with 11 and a half hours left to go. To begin playing the audiobook, all you have to do is tap on play. So once you tap on play, that will start the narrator. Now you can't hear him on your side so that you can hear me instead, but he's going here on my end. Libby is designed to play in the background. So you can tap on play and then minimize the app, or even tap on play and tap on back to go and continue browsing the library's digital collection. And that audiobook will continue to play. So I always just like to warn people, if you're done listening to the audiobook for the time being, go ahead and tap on pause. That stops that narrator. And then that's when you can close the app or tap back, and it's not going to keep playing your audiobook there in the background. All right, so let's go ahead and come up to the top left-hand corner and leave this audiobook. So that back button, just like in that ebook experience. And we are now back on our shelf here.